Good afternoon. This is OGTV News at noon. I am Olayinka Shodunke. As countries across the globe make the move to curtail the spread of coronavirus, the federal government, in keeping to its promise, has rolled out the COVID-19 vaccines in Abuja, starting with frontline workers. With the 3.9 million doses received on Tuesday, the vaccination is a further step to ensure Nigerians are well protected against a virus which has brought the world to its knees. The vaccination, which was administered publicly to ensure that nobody is safe until all Nigerians are safe. One of the frontline workers who has been vaccinated attested to the fact that all Nigerians must take the vaccine.
The COVID-19 fight here in National Hospital, our isolation center, under the able leadership of the National Hospital. They've provided everything we need for this fight. We've lost some, we've got some, and we are happy we are getting the vaccine now in Nigeria. I think that is about the best news we've had since. I only wish my dad had had that vaccine maybe months ago or so. We lost him, but we thank God. And the fight is still on and we will win. Well, you can see I just took the vaccine now, and I feel good.
Meanwhile, state governors and their deputies are to take the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine on Wednesday, March the 10th. Dr. Kayode Fayemi, the chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum and governor of Ekiti State, disclosed this at a virtual news conference on Thursday. Governor Fayemi said that the vaccination was part of resolutions made by the governors during an emergency virtual meeting held on Thursday. The NGF chairman read the communique issued by the governors at the end of the meeting. He said that the vaccination will be done publicly. Fayemi said the governor would enlighten more Nigerians on the need to take the vaccine, which he said was safe. He expressed the governor's commitment to work with the federal government to ensure that the required cold chain will be set up for the vaccine. Away from that, plans are in the pipeline by Ogun State government for effective synergy with Ondo State government for the activation of the Deep Sea Port project. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, made this known while delivering the keynote address at the two-day interactive session of the National Boundary Commission with boundary committees of the states in the Southwest Zone. Governor's Office correspondent Tunde Olanino reports that the governor is determined to make life meaningful for the people of oil-rich Tongeji Island.
Peace does not only depend on integrated coexistence, but rather on well-defined topography and political boundaries separating groups, allowing partial autonomy within a single country. The two-day meeting in Ogun State is to ensure that the peace occasioned by well-defined boundary in the southwest of Nigeria is sustained. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun, in his keynote address said the peaceful resolution of boundary disputes has a strong impact on socio-economic development.
Presently, we are at one stage of establishing a Lagos-Ogun Joint Development Commission. This commission, when it becomes operational, will optimize the shared values of the nation's two most industrialized states, that is Ogun and Lagos, with the aim of managing the overflow and diversity of development from Lagos State to Ogun State. This is because Lagos State is feeding greatly into Ogun State, and we are determined to turn this push from Lagos into a pull for Ogun State using public-private sector participation.
He called on the federal government to support the development of oil-rich Tongeji Island, situated in the Opokia local government area of the state.
Ogun, as the nation's gateway to the sub-region, faces a challenge with Benin Republic on the oil-rich Tongeji Island, which, though located close to Porto Novo in Benin Republic, is actually situated in the Opokia local government of Ogun State in Nigeria. This administration is determined to make life meaningful for the citizens of the state living within the island, to ensure that the Republic of Benin, that shares boundary with the state, does not take advantage of that proximity. We are well aware of the likely deposit of petroleum reserves on the island, and we hereby call on the federal government to join hands with us in giving the residents of this island a sense of belonging by providing access roads, and a bridge for them among their other needs.
The two-day event is meant to sensitize stakeholders of activities of boundary managers at all levels, as well as interact with the National Boundary Commission. Tunde Olaniran, OGTV News.
Ogun State Governor has called for more investment and support for the Nigeria Society of Engineers towards deploying advanced technology in the fight against banditry and other forms of insecurity in the country. Abiodun called for more support of the engineering sector at the 2021 World Engineering Day for Sustainable Development with the theme Engineering for a Healthy Planet, held at Obas Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokumbo Talabi. The governor expressed worries over the array of engineers and successive generations of engineers which have not done so much to improve on the technology interventions of the times of Ayodele Awojobi, which could have aided the fight against banditry, kidnapping, insurgency, and other myriad of security challenges confronting the nation.
One cannot but be glad to be identified with the global ideals of the Nigerian Society of Engineers as a professional body. Personally, I have always been an ardent believer in the abilities of the Nigerian professionals. I also hold the belief that given the opportunity, the motivation, and the material resources Nigerian professionals can prove their mentor and match up with the very best in the world.
He noted that his administration remained committed to seeing more professionals as major stakeholders in the continued and successful implementation of Building Our Future Together agenda. Earlier in his welcome address, Chairman, Nigeria Society of Engineers, Abeokuta Branch, Engineer Kolawole, said the second celebration of the World Engineering Day is to reawaken and sensitize the general public about the role of the engineers. He called on students to take science as a course of study in order to have many required number of engineers needed to move the society forward. In his opening remarks, the State Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Adesoya, represented by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Akim Adeshino, said engineers have contributed their quota to nation building and promise not to relent in taking the society to the next level. In a bid to enhance productivity and boost morale among workforce, the Ogun State Civil Service Commission has announced the conduct of proficiency test oral interview for work superintendent who sat for the year 2019 proficiency test. In a circular signed by the Permanent Secretary, Civil Service Commission, Mr. Kolawole Ogulano, stated that the oral interview, which is scheduled to hold from the 8th of March 2021, will last for 4 days. Candidates who sat for work superintendent, driver, and mechanic categories are scheduled for day 1 and day 2. Those who sat for electrical, furniture, general fitting, and refrigerator and air conditioning are scheduled for day 3, while those who sat for welding, painting, bricklaying, plumbing, tailoring, printing, tractor mechanic, architectural are slated for the last day. All candidates are therefore enjoined to attend the interview on the day scheduled for their trade with their original credentials and are to dress formally. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari is scheduled to decorate the nation's new service chiefs today. The decoration, which will hold inside the Presidential Villa Abuja, is coming after 2 chambers of the National Assembly had confirmed the service chief's nomination. Those to be decorated include the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Loki Rabo, Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Atairu, Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao, and Chief of Naval Staff, Air Admiral Awal Gambo. Following the fallout of the 2019 distribution of malaria-treated net in Ogun State, 80% ownership and use, campaign has been initiated and will commence on the 16th of May 2021. The Program Director for Malaria Society for Family Health, Dr. Ernest Nwokolo, while leading his delegation on an advocacy visit to the management of OGTV, confirmed that 3.7 million treated mosquito nets will be given free to residents of the state during the house-to-house campaign, which would afford the team to educate and enlighten recipients of the use and importance of the nets. The General Manager, Festus Kehinde, on behalf of the management, commended the team for identifying with OGTV for such a laudable program and promised to give necessary coverage and publicity before, during, and after the exercise.
Take us as a partner, like you have said. We want to partner you in this. We want to ensure that our people benefit from this, and that OGTV also play an impact and a prominent role in ensuring that that happens. So, before May, if you come, we will receive you. And by May also, if you come, be rest assured that we will provide the necessary support and assistance to ensure that we have success of this particular campaign.
The project director, who later spoke with OGTV News after the visit, reviewed what necessitated the visit.
Some people did not collect the nets. Now, what we have been scoring as achievements in other states have been that we were able to distribute all the nets, and we want that to happen here. The last time we came here, some people did not collect the nets, some people did not use them, some people misused the nets. So we want to work with the media to correct some of these lapses.
Now to the foreign scene. China announced its biggest political meeting that it will overhaul all Hong Kong's electoral system to ensure patriots are in charge, a sign that the government will no longer tolerate dissent in the city. The reform comes after a crackdown and tightened control of Hong Kong. A draft decision will be discussed during the National People's Congress, which will run for a week. Thousands of lawmakers have gathered for the meeting in Beijing. Besides Hong Kong decision, the rubber stamp parliament is expected to also discuss and approve economic growth targets and environment politics from the central government. And now to end the news at noon, you learn more from failure than from success. Also, don't forget that you can watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on our website, which is www.ogtv.com.ng/live, or via mail info@ogtv.com.ng. And that's our news at noon. Thank you very much.